What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Universal Mastery, welcome back to my channel. What I do here is I break down the occult sciences and I break them down to a practical level so that you can use them and apply them in your day-to-day life and get real results with it, okay? So first thing I want to do is create a context just to let you know who you're getting this information from. My name is Jeremiah Schwartz. I am a professional occultist. I am fully initiated in Kabbalah, being the front side of the tree and the back side, and the entirety of the tree. I'm studying when it comes to the 22 archetypal paths in regards to the tree as well, Major Arcana Tarot. And I'm also studying when it comes to astrology and planetary energies, okay? Once again, this is just creating a context so that you know who you're getting this information from. And first and foremost, I am an actual occult practitioner. I'm pretty skilled at the art, if I'd say so myself. So, what is the topic of today's video? Okay, so the topic of today's video is something that, it's actually kind of funny, this is weird, but I've recorded this video, I want to say 2 other times, and for some reason, every single time the video gets deleted. I accidentally, I think, delete the video, and once again, like accidentally. So every time I've recorded it, I've never been able to actually release it and get it out. So this is probably the 3rd time I've made this video. I've definitely spoke on this subject on my YouTube channel before, but the specific subject is the real cardinal directions. I'm going to be explaining and breaking down the real 4 cardinal directions, and I'm also going to be going into the booby-trapped cardinal directions that you will literally find in almost every single occult book that you can purchase. And if you were to go and search up the Kabbalistic tree online right now, it will give you, once again, you'll see the inverted pillars, and the inverted pillars is directly connected to the, you could say, inverted cardinal directions. And it's all meant to essentially trap your energy field. It's meant to program your energy field against yourself, okay? Essentially destroying yourself. So I'm going to go into that in this video. So if you want to know what the real cardinal directions are in regards to north, east, south, and west, and you want to understand how it's been inverted and why it shows up in every occult book that you purchase, why the inverted directions show up, then this is your video. I'm gonna get it out. This is gonna be on my YouTube channel, and it's about time. So here we go. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with telling you the inverted directions when it comes to the 4 cardinal directions. So once again, when you purchase occult books, they are most likely, 90% of the time, going to present this form of direction to you. When it comes to doing occult practices, which directions you want to stand in, which directions you want to face. So in regards to setting up your circle of the magician, using your triangle to summon spirits, you know, once again, which direction you're going to be standing in, which direction you're going to be facing, what the different elements are for those specific directions. The inverted 4 cardinal directions is going to be this. North is always going to be earth. Most of the times when you study, you know, occult books and you get these 4 directions, most of the times they will get earth correct. Most of the times. I've seen it messed up there as well. I've seen people replace north with air. That is not correct, but most books will get north correct. Most of the times you will see that north is always symbolic of pentacles or symbolic of earth. It's the physical plane, okay? But this is where the inversion gets heavier. When we move into the east, so you go north, east, so what these books will oftentimes, most of the time, say what east is connected to is the element of fire. So in regards to tarot, that would be associated with the wands. Excuse me, that is not correct. Excuse me, that is the, let me say that again. They will say east is associated with air, which is connected to the tarot of swords. So let me clarify. Most of these occult books that you will purchase, they will say the north is earth, which is correct, and then they will say the east is air for swords, which is incorrect. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. So then they will say the south, that is for fire. That's what they'll say. Okay, so they say that south is the element of fire, which would be connected to the tarot of wands. Okay, and then moving from south, we go to west. Okay, what they say west is associated with is the element of water, which is connected to the cups in regards to the tarot. Okay, so let me recap everything again. So we have north earth, east air, south fire, west water. This is what most books from all of these occult orders will tell you. And even when you get into Wicca, when you go to the library, you try searching this information up from any like spiritual occult like books. If you search it on Safari, if you search it on Google right now online, this is what most oftentimes will present itself in regards to this elemental, cardinal, directional system. Okay? Now, what I just told you with north being earth, east being air, south being fire, west being water, that is incorrect. Okay? The true cardinal directions is going to be north for earth, east for fire, which would associate with the wands, south for water, which would associate with the cups in the tarot, and then west for air, which is connected to the swords in tarot. This is the true system. So I'm going to say it one more time. North earth, east fire, south water, west air. Okay? Now, you may wonder, okay, well, why is it, why did they booby trap it? Why has this been booby trapped? Well, this is intentional, first and foremost, and you also have to have a background understanding of the corruption within the occult field. So, for all of you that know and study my channel, you should have a very clear understanding that the world is literally controlled by occult magic. Okay, so that means the people that have the most influence over the economy and the governmental system of the world we live in today, being all the people that own all the banking systems, the royal families, things in that nature, they use occult magic. They are very aware of the occult sciences. That's why we see it show up in all different avenues of TV shows, movies, symbolism. It shows up everywhere. Okay, and this is all information coming back from ancient civilizations, ancient cultures, dating back to Babylon, dating back to Egypt, dating back to the Atlantean civilization. All of these different teachings and sciences were passed on through written texts and subtle symbolism that has been located and retrieved, but not made public, and only a few people have access to that information. And that's the people that have been using it for the past roughly 600 years to control the world using this occult science. Okay? Now, just because these people have this information does not mean that they're the most powerful people, because knowledge doesn't necessarily equal power. You have to have power to apply knowledge, which then can increase your power. But once again, knowledge is not just power. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but still be powerless. So there are people that are way more intuitive, that know how to trust their intuition and can access what's called the Akashic records, or which is simply the mass collective unconscious, which is where present, past, and future all exists at the same time. So you can access any information you need simply by opening yourself up to that mass collective unconscious dimension, so to speak. And you can get all the ancient information coming directly through your intuition. And that's what the most powerful occultists do, like myself. So going back to the point, why was this directional system booby-trapped? Okay, well, simple. When people get into the occult field, that is a threat to the people that have been using the occult sciences for ages. These people understand the power of the occult. They understand this science to a degree where they realize if somebody else gained access to this information and knew how to apply it and started to teach others how to do it, then those people or that person will now become a threat to their occult system. Okay, so what happened is these inner Illuminatis, these royal families, inner Sanhedrin, Jewish rabbis, the Rothschilds, the people that own all the banking systems, they strategically had other occultists place booby traps within all the mainstream occult books that you can get access to. So many of these occult orders that are well known, for example, like the Golden Dawn, the OTO, the Knights Templars, the Freemasons, this is just an example, a lot of them have this booby-trapped, inverted system as a part of their main foundation, okay? And a lot of them that practiced that system did not even know that their own system was inverted, okay? It goes really deep, okay? So long story short, these inner Illuminatis, their intention is to not let people get to the root of this occult science. So of course, they're going to take one of the main components, being the 4 cardinal directions, and they're going to completely invert them based from the true cardinal directions. So for example, when someone is new to the occult and they start reading these occult books and they're told that north is earth, they're told that east is air, and they're told that south is fire, and they're told that west is water, what they're oftentimes going to do when they're reading from these books, because these books will actually tell you to stand in certain directions and perform certain types of rituals, oftentimes they will have you stand, for example, I'm going to give you an example, they will have you stand in the east thinking you're in the realm of air, and you're going to be creating from the east. So a brand new person getting into the occult, they're like, I'm going to start practicing magic. Now this book is telling me to stand in the east, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a ritual to create something, because the realm of air, the element of air, is for creation. Okay, it can be known as sea space, which is creation space, which you could think of as an aspect of the astral plane that is just in regards to all creation. Okay. So that's a great place to add things into your being or into your life, okay? So when you get a new person to stand in the realm of east, trying to create something, being told that that's the realm of air, you would think, okay, great, they're going to create something. But the problem is that the real cardinal directions that have been used throughout ancient times are already established on the astral plane. So they're already energetically built up. It's already there. So you may think, some people may think, oh, well, you know, can't you just like, as long as you think you're in the realm of, you know, as long as you think east is the realm of air, won't it work anyways? The answer is no. You know, the answer is no, because on the astral plane, there are built-in structures that have been charged for millennia. Okay, if you know how old Earth is, it's roughly been speculated to be 4 billion years old. And there have definitely been intelligent species that have been using the occult sciences for many, 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 many years. And this directional system that I'm explaining with north, earth, east, fire, south, water, west, air, this has been structured within our multiverse for so long, for a very long time, and it has been used intuitively by many different cultures. Okay, this is all intuition based. This is intuitive. Okay, so this has been used in this format or this formula, the proper directional system, for so long that it has been programmed very profoundly and very intentfully within our multiverse, which means it is a real structure. So that means north is earth, north is earth, east is fire, south is water, and west is air. Okay, that's how it's been used from all these different ancient cultures. Okay, and it's even documented from some of their artifacts that carry the documentation on it, or some of their script that we as the mass collective are not given access to, because we do not necessarily control the banking systems around the world and can pay archaeologists to give us all the ancient documentation that they're finding when they're doing their works under the table. So with that being said, when you get a new person into the occult and you have them stand in the east thinking they're in the realm of air, they're actually standing in the realm of fire. So if you know about the realm of fire, that is going to be associated with H space, short for hell space. So this is going to be the hellish aspect or part of the astral plane. So we have west for air, which is creation space, and we have H space for east, which is hell space. Okay? So when you're in hell space, this is a direction where things get burnt away. So deleting things is very prominent when you are in the realm of fire. That is everything to do with hell. Okay? So you can use it in different ways. You can delete things from somebody's life to ruin their life, destroy their reality, destroy the things that they thought they had, or you could use it to destroy programmed parts of your being within yourself to help get closer to your true self. You can burn away certain programmed beliefs and programmed states of being to get more so in alignment with your soul. So that would be the difference from using the realm of east, which is fire, to curse somebody, burn their entire reality away, leave them in a state of suffering. Or if you're going through initiations within Universe B in the hell realms, the underworld, the lower spheres, the negative spheres, then you're also using a lot of that hell space technology in the astral plane, because you're burning away all of the programming that has been indoctrinated within you throughout your lifetime, and you get closer to your core state. So when you get a new occultist to think they're creating in the east, but that's actually the realm of fire and deletion, then you're creating a formula for that person to try to create something, whatever they're intending to create, is now being inverted on them, and it's actually destroying the thing that they think they're creating. So let's say, for example, they're trying to bring health into their life, and they're trying to add, let's say, healthy behaviors. So let's say they perform some sort of ritual to increase their energy, right? And they're standing in the east, thinking they're in the realm of air, to add this, you could say, this angelic power to them to increase their vitality or life force or energy, whatever you want to call it. But in reality, they're not doing anything that's going to create energy for them and add energy to their body. They're actually going to be removing, deleting energy from their body. So they're going to become much more lethargic, and most likely they're going to manifest a situation that is going to directly hit them energetically to remove that energy coming from their ritual, where their intention was to create energy but they didn't understand that they were standing in the realm of fire because they were told it was the realm of air. So it's inverted, just like the pillars on the Kabbalistic tree of life, with the dark pillar and the white pillar. It's inverted. Everything about it is meant and intended to be inverted so you can trap people that don't have this awareness and they don't have that intuition. They just get right into the occult and they start studying all these books and they start reading it, they start practicing it, and they do not know that what they're studying has intentional traps within it, because the people that are the roots of all these occult orders have fed the occult orders the inverted information. And the occult orders didn't even know that they were using the inverted information themselves. But if you study their lives, for example, if you study the people's lives that are involved in these occult orders, oftentimes, more than often, you will see that their lives actually started to degrade after their high-level occult initiations. It's because they were doing it inverted the entire time, and they didn't even know, okay? So, with that being said, that is how you can get screwed over using the wrong cardinal directions. Now let's look at this. You will notice in these occult orders, once again, these are real examples I'm giving you, like coming from the Golden Dawn. You can literally search this up. If you've read the Golden Dawn and you see the rituals they perform, they do a lot of their creation in the realm of the East, which they tell you is air, but is actually fire for deletion. So they're preparing you to think every time you're creating something, you're wanting to add something, you're actually deleting something, completely inverted. And that starts to train your intention to do the same thing to you. And then another example is in the South, they say that's the realm of fire. But it's not. It truly is the realm of water, which is the realm of your soul. But they tell you it's the realm of fire. So as you think you are in the realm of fire, this is where they're telling you you can start to burn things away. This is to them, this is their hell space, okay? But once again, in reality, it's water. So they will have you standing in the South, which is truly the realm of your soul, truly the realm of the astral, and truly the realm of your, of the undead, things in that nature. They're having you stand in the realm of your soul, training your intent from inverted information to think that you're in the realm of fire, which is the hell space. So what you're actually doing when you're doing hell space workings, facing or standing in the South, trying to burn things away, you're actually burning away your soul. You're lowering the power of your soul because you're actively destroying yourself, standing in that realm, using false information because you do not know the true directional system, and you are rather reading a book that you do not know the background of. You don't know where these occult orders got their information. You don't know that their information is 100% correct, so you're practicing their workings. Once again, not listening to your own intuition first and jumping right in, and you're now standing in the realm of water for your soul, being told to do deletions, being told you're in the realm of fire, which is the realm of the demonic, the realm of the underworld. So what you're doing from intent is you're destroying your own soul, and you don't even recognize it. And when you destroy your own soul, depending on how bad, depending on how long you've been doing it and how bad it is, you eventually can destroy your own soul, and it can get completely rebooted within the Qliphoth. So if your soul wasn't already within the Qliphothic hell realms, by doing these practices and standing in the South thinking that's the realm of fire, and doing these rituals and meditations in that realm, trying to destroy and delete things and burn things, all you're doing is burning your soul, which eventually can completely destroy your soul and then re-upload it into the Qliphoth, into the underworld. And then your soul will be tortured from that point unless you know how to get yourself out of that, which is not easy, and most people don't because they don't know how and they don't know what they need to do. So yeah, so that's another example. And then, you know, and then they have the direction of west, which they're telling you is the realm of water, which is the realm of your soul, when really it's not. So they're going to have you do, you know, all these creations, you know, all the stuff that, actually, excuse me, they're going to have you, they're going to tell you that the realm of the west is in regards to your soul, and that is where you're adding things. Okay, so they're going to have you stand in the direction of west, and they're going to be using ritual and meditation, re-uploading you, adding to your soul to get yourself into the Klipothic realm, the underworld. Okay, all from the inverted cardinal directions. Okay, so once again, this is how it screws you over. So I'm going to give you one more overview. So north is going to be real number space. North is always solid earth. Okay, that's what it is. East is fire for hell space. It's the hell aspect of the astral plane. Everything hellish, and it's ruled by fire. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that you want to know the nature of the hell realms of the astral, which has a lot to do with burning away, destroying, and that can be used for good intention, or it can be used for destructive intention towards enemies or things in that nature, or towards yourself if you don't know what you're doing, you know? So that's east. Then you go to south. South is the realm of water. That is going to be called time-like space, the astral plane. That is going to be the realm of your soul, and it's also going to be the realm of the undead. So that means people that have passed on and their astral bodies, their spirits. You can call up spirits or other people's astral bodies in that realm as well. Okay, so that's the south. Then we come over to the west, and that is known as sea space. Okay, so this is going to be the creative aspect of the astral plane, which is directly associated with air. So this is the realm where you want to use powers of creation. So you can add things into your physical life or onto your physical body or in your physical being, standing in that direction, the west, sea space. Okay, so other than that, that's going to wrap it up. Okay, there's not much else to really say. You know, I just need to get this video out so people know. You know, you don't have to believe me. You know, you don't have to believe me, but if you do want to get the most out of your practices, then I would definitely recommend applying what I'm telling you, or at least study a little bit deeper about what I'm saying right now. Okay, and yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. If you enjoyed this content, hit the thumbs up. Okay, and definitely make sure you hit the notification bell because I post videos as often as I can. And hit the subscribe button because I love to see my subscribers shoot through the roof. Okay? And if you would like to gain access to exclusive content that is not on my YouTube channel, then definitely check out the first link in my description. That's going to take you to my Patreon. Now, on my Patreon, I have 4 tiers. The first tier is going to be support. There's not much that's offered from that tier, just support. It's $1 a month. Okay? The second tier is where it gets good. Okay, the second tier will give you access to a whole vault of videos, but specifically, you're going to gain access to videos on the Kabbalistic spheres of the Tree of Life and the Tree of Death. So I break down all 10 spheres of the Tree of Life and all 10 of the Klipoth, and I give you their symbolism, what's associated with them, and the spirits that are connected to them, and then I give you my own personal experience having initiated through those spheres myself. So that is literally the backbone of occult initiation. So it's actually very important to understand the Kabbalistic tree if you're actually getting into occult practices. And me specifically, I talk a lot about the booby traps within Kabbalah so that as you're studying my channel and you're studying the Kabbalistic tree, you're going to actually understand the real tree. You're not going to understand the inverted tree and all the booby traps, similar to what this video was about with the cardinal directions. Okay? Very valuable information. So you're going to gain access to that at tier 2. And In order to be a tier 2, it costs $9.95 a month. And if you do the math, that will literally come out to less than $1 a day. So there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be able to afford that, especially with the value that I have on there. And that isn't 100% a promise from me to you, okay? Now, next thing I'd like to say is check out tier 3. Tier 3 is going to give you access to my magic training course where I'm actually performing occult practices on camera in its most strategic form to gain power. Okay, so basically I set up what I call the circle of the magician. Then we have the triangle of arts. I tell you what tools you need. I give you access on how to charge your tools properly, getting into the practice. And then I have an entire video breaking down myself, demonstrating exactly what you need to do to be successful with these practices. And that also includes tools for Enochian magic, for example, using a crystal orb. And it's very powerful. Okay, so what I do in that magic training course is we're starting with necromancy, then we're going to angel magic, then we're going to Ars Goetia demon magic, and then we're going to end off casting a spell so that you can get real physical results using your own occult magic so that you can see how real this science really is and how you can apply it in your day-to-day life. And then from there, once I finish that course, then I'm going to be talking about high magic initiation. But first, we're going to start there. So in order to be a tier 3, it costs $25 a month. That's going to be a reoccurring payment. But you know, for what's offered for that tier, that's a very low price. So if that's what you're interested in, then check out tier 3. Okay? Tier 4 is going to be a personal service that I perform for you on the 29th of every month. 29 because that connects to the number 11, 9 plus 2, which is symbolic for the hidden sphere of Dath, which is 100% manifestation or transformation. And it's a service that I call the vampire service, where I literally use high-level occult magic to completely change and shift your energetic structure to be more so universe B dominant, so that you can feed energy or suck in or receive energy from chaos and turn it into your own personal power. Rather than being universe A dominant and always trying to be objective and pushing energy into chaos, losing energy in the process, losing the ability to control your immediate reality around you. Okay? So if you want to gain access to that service, you have to at least be a tier 4. I'm even going to have a video linked at the top, at the end of the video, that explains that service in a little bit more depth if you want to know more about it. But in order to gain access to that service, you have to at least be a top tier, which is $50 a month. Okay, but once again, for that kind of service, that is an extremely low price. Okay. With that being said, I would like to give a special shout out to all of those top tier members that have that service. I highly appreciate all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking your practices specifically to that next level. And I've got all their names mentioned below the link of this Patreon that literally says shout out to all my top tier members. And my top tier service is literally one of the most popular tiers on my entire Patreon. Okay, so huge shout out to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Next shout out is going to be to all of my Patreon members in general. Huge shout out to all of you for taking your knowledges and for taking your knowledge and your practices to that next level. That is extremely important. Okay, so huge shout out. Third shout out to all of my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate all of you for really taking in this content and you know, using it in your day-to-day life with your observation. Okay, so huge shout out to all of you. Now, the next thing that I would like to take your awareness to is the second link within my description. That's going to be where you can book your own personalized tarot reading with me, where I literally break down exactly where you're located on the tree of life itself, so I can pinpoint where your spirit is in your own evolutionary journey, and I can tell you what's coming in your near future and long-term future. I don't know anybody else that can do tarot readings the way that I'm doing them. So far, I've done over 100 videos. So if that's something you want to take advantage of, definitely make sure you check out the second link below where it says Square Appointments, okay? Third thing I'd like to take your awareness to is my YouTube membership program. So when you go and you log on to my YouTube channel from a computer, you're going to see that there is a join button right next to my channel, or if you do not have access to my YouTube channel through a computer, you can simply just go to the third link in my description, and that's going to take you to where you can join to become a YouTube member, and you're going to gain access to an exclusive badge from my YouTube channel. So whenever I get on live streams, it's going to pop up with your name in green, and you're going to have a moon badge similar to this moon right here. And then you're going to gain access to exclusive emojis that I have strategically programmed for my YouTube members. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, I have an entire YouTube video that talks about this emoji system, and the video is titled, in parentheses, YouTube Members Psychic Warfare Program. Okay, so definitely make sure you check out that video if you want to know a little bit more about the YouTube membership benefits that you get from the emojis, okay? Once again, that's the third link below that you can gain access to that. Other than that, that's going to wrap it up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night wherever you are, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.